I do.
Episode 15.
No frills.
Back again. Back at the gaff.
Back, see, it feels right this now. did not like last week.
What was wrong?
It was just weird in my house. Like, it's dead distracting when you're trying to edit it, and you can just say like, "Oh yeah, there's my picture in the background."
I quite liked it. It was the backdrop was different. I liked the seats that were very low down. It felt like a chat show.
Yeah, it did, but I know it don't feel right. It's an event when you come here to record this. But at my house, it was just a panic. Let's try and make this look remotely.
It doesn't look how it looks. So it doesn't look like it's just the back half of your living room. It's like the two seats were together, but obviously there wasn't a lot of room.
Yeah, we absolutely destroyed my living room. That's why
you can't tell by looking at the screen that it's that. It looks quite good. I think it looks quite professional. To be fair, matching mugs and everything. I think we need to get some mugs.
We do. We need proper mugs.
I can make some mugs.
What
We're
have
going to
you
make
got
some mugs at work. I've got Go to Hell in a. It's like a My Little Pony style.
Nice. Nice, a smile in
a
terrifying style.
It's like old advertising style. I quite enjoyed it, that last one. It was quite good. I thought it was quite chilled. But now we're back and we've got. I think the only difference is the artwork. We finally put some artwork up of random bits and pieces. I don't think there was stuff on the wall at the very first episode, wasn't there?
Who is she? Do you know her?
I don't know any of these people apart from Uma Thurman. It makes me think they're all different movie ones. Like, one of them looks like Natalie Portman in Black Swan. And this one looks like, yeah. I don't even know if that's not even on camera. Yeah, you can see it. There she is. It looks like Mia Wallace there. Looks a bit... I don't think those were the ones that were in the background in the very first episode. Because that were on a different wall in the apartment. But, yeah, it's proper. I've even bought... This is one of my key buys over there that you won't be able to see. I might have to send you a picture of it. Is a print from Ralph Steadman. Signed by Ralph Steadman.
That's pretty cool.
A drawing of Anthony Bourdain that he did.
I like that.
I've been waiting for that. You've seen that vintage Dr. Gons one that he did? The very famous one.
Yeah.
If you go onto Ralph Steadman's website, they upload batches of those. So maybe he's like, just upload 50. Ralph will print 50, Ralph will sign them. And then whenever they sell out, and they just keep re-upping it. It's not like an edition. Yeah. Just open-ended. I've been wanting that one, and they're not that bad. I think they're about 50 quid each, and then you pay postage or whatever. But then that one came up, and it was for a mental health charity, and it's like of Anthony Bourdain. So I was like, well, that's one of my favourite humans.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It's drawn by another favourite human and signed by him. So I was like, you know what? That was like my guilty pleasure that I probably shouldn't have bought, and ended up buying. But I think it's quite cool.
Oh, it's pretty cool. I like that.
I think it's quite cool.
I have to get a picture of it up so people can see it.
That's it. We'll put it up there. All the random stuff we managed to put on the walls. Yeah. That would bum me out as much as the Brody Stevens one.
Yeah.
Brody Stevens, man. That was like a year ago last week. I drew a picture of him.
That was quick, didn't it?
I drew a picture of him that I thought was quite cool last week. Because I thought the one that I drew at the time wasn't very good. It was like a blue background. When I was just starting to try and get likenesses. You know, when you try and get a likeness of someone drawing it. I just didn't get it right. And so this one, I'd managed to get all my setup right and get it all drawn. And I actually did quite a good job of it. I was trying to sell some prints of it, but I was thinking after I'd put it up, who wants a print of a dead comedian drawn by someone who isn't? You know what I mean? Like, it was so pointless. I was like, I might as well just give some money to a mental health charity rather than. So I don't know. I might have to show a little picture somewhere here of.
Yeah, we'll get it up. Plug.
Whatever it is, plug from my Instagram, which has been a bit weird lately. Have you seen these new drawings I've been doing? I've been drawing like
the animals, business animals.
Yeah, animals as humans, which I completely ripped off from Lisa Hannawalt, who drew BoJack Horseman. But I just thought I'm in that lane at the minute. I was just drawing mad stuff.
The making a present for a grand someone.
Oh yeah,
absolutely love that.
The sloth knitting one was good. I can't remember the praying. I think the praying mantis doing the screen printing not the most because there's the old boy at work when he's printing holds his arms like that like a praying mantis. And it kind of was a running joke. I was like, I'm going to draw it. It won't be John, but it could be John.
It's John.
When I showed it, he was like, "Is that supposed to be me?" I was like, "No." It's actually his corner of the factory that I've drawn. I'm like, no, it's not you at all, John. He's. You know when these idiosyncrasies at work.
I just realised I think John's come up in every single episode we've ever done.
We should have a feature about John.
What's he been up to this week?
We're trying to convince him at work. Me and Lee are trying to convince him that without any effort whatsoever, we could make an Instagram called Dark Side John, and I could just put the camera in my pocket and just talk to him for 30 seconds a week,
And
a
just
day,
upload it. Do it.
with his random.
Do it.
Because he is so unlike any other creature I've ever met. He's so bizarre, and because Lee, he has like his mobile phone. He's got the same mobile phone I've got, and he keeps it in a plastic sandwich bag. That's his phone case. He won't pay £1 from Poundland to buy a phone case. He wants like a plastic sandwich bag.
Right? Why?
Because it's just
What's he preparing for? What does he think's going to happen?
He's got so much money, but we even had like a delivery come to the factory that was like, you know, the bubble wrap was quite big. It's like fat bubble wrap,
Like the packing pocket things.
yeah, proper packing pocket one. I managed to tear them apart and just cut the edge off one, and it was like perfectly phone sized. So I saved him a few of them. It's his best thing. It's his best day. So like Lee wants stuff like that on the Instagram. He'd be like, "There you go. Here's John. John, show everyone your phone case." And they'd be like, "John, what do you think?" And
I like this. I'm behind this.
I forget that I've only been there like 18 months, so I know a lot of the stories. I've been filled a lot of the the backstories and stuff. Obviously, been Shrove Tuesday, like 2 days ago from recording this. Shrove Tuesday was like 2 days ago. Everyone that came in was like, "Eggy bread, Jane. Eggy bread day, John." And I was like, "Eggy bread day?
No, it's pancake day.
Yeah, it's like, you mean Shrove Tuesday? It's pancake day." It's like, "Yeah, but John doesn't do pancakes. He has eggy bread."
I have that every day. Like, what?
Yeah, it just became a thing. Everyone was like, "Eggy bread." I was like, "What's eggy bread?" He's like, "Well, John can't make pancakes. So what he does is just put like an egg and some bread, which he thinks is close to a pancake, in a pan and just fry it. And that's like his thing." So everyone was asking him. He's like, "Yeah, I'll probably do that again." Like,
No, see, I don't know if I like this because it's downplaying how good eggy bread is. Eggy bread's pretty special if it's done right.
Eggy bread is special, but we can assume that John isn't doing it right. The man whose phone case is a piece of plastic bag is not doing eggy bread right. To the point where the next day, I was like, "Did you do eggy bread? Was there eggy bread, John? Tell me about the eggy bread." And he said, "Yes, I put egg and bread in a pan." I said, "What did you have on your eggy bread, John?" Because everyone else was like, "Well, I had lemon and sugar on mine, and then I had one with ice cream and Nutella, and someone had this, and then someone had some American pancakes instead of the thin ones." It went all around. John was like, "Well, I didn't have anything like that, so I just squeezed a bit of orange over it." So he basically just had orange juice on French toast.
That's grim. That is grim.
Oh, no, I don't.
What a guy. What a man.
I mean, I didn't do anything. I went to Wetherspoons and ate a mixed grill.
You didn't have pancakes?
No.
Oh, I made the best pancakes.
I haven't.
I had a stroke of genius.
Go on.
You make pancakes,
Yes.
egg, flour, and milk, essentially.
Yes.
Replace milk. Well, first off,
okay.
you get a big jug,
Yeah.
and you mix up like a litre of White Russian,
Oh God.
and then you replace milk in your pancake recipe with that, and make pancakes.
So you had like Big Lebowski pancakes.
They were incredible, absolutely incredible. And then
Surely the alcohol burns off by this point.
yeah,
It
but
tastes like it.
no, but then what you do?
Oh right.
Kahlua and maple syrup, and make like a drizzle for them when they're done. Honestly,
Kahlua and maple syrup.
I'll make you some. I'll bring my gear on next time and make you some. Absolutely incredible.
I used to make.
We'll do a cooking special.
I used to
and
make
I'll
them
talk
in
you
the
through it.
mornings on a Sunday morning. It's the only times we get a meal together. So I'd make one. I'd make some like the American style ones. There's like a short, small version. But then it just ended up being like mixed packet. And then from mixed packet, it ended up just being, well, I could just buy a short sack at Tesco for less than the price of. So it's not even. I just bang them in the microwave.
No, I don't like the American ones.
Oh, I love them. Man.
No, I'm not a fan. I like the English ones, like just proper crap. Dead,
Yeah.
disappointing, thin and soggy. That's what you want.
Yeah. I don't even know what you call those. Because we have like
Pancakes.
pancakes, and then Scotch pancakes is basically a smaller American version,
Yeah.
which is what we have.
Yeah.
Americans have huge pancakes that are really thick and fluffy and amazing, but we have the ones that are the same size, but they're just like wafer thin, aren't they?
I don't like them. I like the ones you make yourself, where you just put batter in a frying pan and hope for the best. They're the best pancakes.
How many times did you flip it?
Oh, just once.
Just once.
Yeah, you wait till it smells like it's burned, and then you just give it a bit of a flip.
That is the method.
That's the method. As long as you can't see the pan through the middle of it, it's cooked.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's about it. But we normally have ours. We have thick ones with the crispy bacon and the maple syrup. That's the staple. But everyone at work was adding weird stuff. They were like, "Oh, we had like Nutella and marshmallows with strawberries and ice cream." And
Sam has she has Nutella and bananas on hers.
that's a little bit more.
To be fair, I had a little bit. And it was
bananas,
pretty good. It was quite nice.
Too sickly, man.
No, what you want
I
is
say that, but I'm having like butter and syrup and
lemon and sugar, or if you're making a special White Russian one, just Kahlua and syrup on the top of it. Immense.
I like the idea of a White Russian one.
I'll make you one. Honestly, it'll change your life.
Lemon and sugar is the standard, though. That's all
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
It's become a very glorified. Again, it's
I love it.
Glorified holiday.
I'll look more forward to it than Christmas. If I try and make pancakes like any other day of the year,
it's not right.
Like the wife looks at me like I've got two heads. Like she's like, no, you can wait till Shrove Tuesday.
I think we've been spoiled lately with ours. We do them all the time, so it's not a thing. But when I remember that being the best day.
Sam won't have them any other day.
It's the best day.
So I just want to go all out every pancake day. Just shrive me bollocks off at making pancakes. It's the best.
The whole point is like, yeah, but this is the beginning of Lent. I'm like, it doesn't.
It's not. It's pancake day. That's what it is.
There is no.
I'm giving nothing up.
Yeah, there's nothing else going on.
Giving up pancakes for another year. That's what I'm doing.
People still do it though, don't they? People still take this Lent thing seriously, and they do all that whole. It's supposed to be that you're using up everything out of the cupboard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Using everything up out the cupboard so you can go without.
No, but you can't do that. You'd end up with like that old tin of tuna that's been there for 3 years in your pancakes. That'd just be rotten.
Would you eat a tuna pancake? That'd be disgusting.
No, but I know there's a very suspect tin of tuna that I think's moved house with us twice at the back of the cupboard. I'm not putting that in a pancake.
Well, you've only got 363 more days until we can use it. And then we'll see how that one goes. Yeah, people have weird stuff. I mean, I used to have an ex who we used to go to her parents' house for Shrove Tuesday because they were a bit more religious. And some people we'll have dinner and then pancakes at dessert.
No, that's not right.
We used to just do pancakes.
All you eat is pancakes.
Yeah, pancake. That's got to be
from 7 in the morning
Yep.
till 3-4 o'clock the following morning. You make the most of that day and you just smash pancakes.
But then we'd go to theirs and they would do savoury pancakes as like a dinner. And then
I'm on
sweet pancakes as like a dessert.
I'm on board with that.
But it was like bread sauce and chicken. Yeah, like a full meal. Like imagine like a pie, like a chicken pie, but instead of pastry, that thin, weird pancake texture. Because it's not pancakes are sweet. It's not like an oatcake.
I could get behind that.
Like an oatcake.
I could get behind that.
You might as well have oatcakes.
Oatcakes are good.
That's better.
They're not better. Grow up. They're not better at all. They're not better. I live in Stoke.
Behave yourself.
I have oatcakes every single day for my breakfast, but they're not better than pancakes. That's outrageous.
You just outstoked me.
That's outrageous.
Every single day.
There's a boat that comes near where I work. It's on the edge of a canal, and there's a boat that pulls up. It don't come every day. It used to come a lot more, but in the summer it's there. It's like a barge, and it just drives along the canal. It's called the Boat Cake, and it's just
hilarious.
This woman's just got this boat. She's got a stove in it, and she just whacks oatcakes out for $1.50 a piece.
That's pretty good.
You just literally she'll pull up. Everyone just flocks there for the dinner. Just gets a couple of oatcakes, cheese and bacon on them, brown sauce, and then she just sails off.
I like a sausage and bacon, no cheese.
Well, to be fair, I just have cheese. Cheese, melted cheese, brown sauce or hot sauce if it's not for breakfast. If it's like just a bit of a snack and a bit of hot sauce on them, immense.
I've been proselytising hot sauce.
Anybody who's not from Stoke is going to think oatcakes are something completely different, though, aren't they?
What are they going to think they are?
Because there's Scottish oatcakes.
Oh yeah,
that are horrific.
Yeah,
and there's like them American oatcakes that are like granola kind of thing.
No,
I've never actually had them. I've just seen them on The Walking Dead.
It's basically a savoury English pancake, isn't it? It's something different.
I think it's just pancake with oats in it, ground up oats instead of flour.
Different flour, yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I forget that there's other stuff. It's like one of them things though. It's like Cornish pasties can only be made in Cornwall, and like champagne has to be from the Champagne region. I came to Derby and lived in Derby. They have Derbyshire oatcakes, as if that's a thing.
That's not a thing. That's just, they're just trying to cash in on the neighbours out there. They're just trying to cash in.
But then they also say duck all the time here. they think that's their thing. And I'm like, I'm sure that's a Stoke thing.
Yeah, it's a Stoke thing.
It comes from the Vikings, but I'm sure that that's a Stoke thing.
Did it come from the Vikings? Oh, I'll
It's
take that.
short for a Viking word.
I'll take that all day.
Oh, let me find it now.
It's cooler than thinking it comes from ducklings.
No, it's not that. It's to do with that. It comes from a different word. Oh, it says on Yorkshire. North Staffordshire and Yorkshire, it says here. No, it comes from something else. Wow. East Midlands English is an entire section of Wikipedia.
Yeah, they speak all sorts around, like in Stoke where we live now, like some of the words Sam's family come out with.
Yeah, you
just can't understand them.
Proper Stoke is a thing that's completely in and of itself. Like, I don't understand it.
There's one sentence I know, and it's "Can you kick a ball?"
Yeah,
and they say "Costa kick a bow." Like, what does that mean?
A bow.
It's not.
Kick
It's not
a bow
English,
against the woe and edit till he bossed it.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's just nonsense. That.
I'm sure it means. I'm sure it's short for like a Norse word for like a friend or something like that. I'm sure it is. It betrays me now. This
betrays you.
Yeah. Your Wikipedia's giving me all these. People also search for Derby accent, A up cocker, A up me duck, A up Yorkshire. Because A up that's not Stoke.
No,
A up is here.
I think A up's just everywhere, isn't it?
It's a weird line.
Say A up in Manchester as well. A up.
It's weird where the lines go, isn't it? They're like.
I think probably years ago it was a bit more. I don't know what the word is. Segregate is not the right word, is it?
Yeah.
Like separate, like it's probably more distinction than what they said. But now with obviously people moving around, it gets all over the shop. But yeah, A up. They say that from Manchester. They say it a lot in Stoke. You can buy Stoke merch which says A up duck on it.
Yeah, I've got one that says up Hanley.
Yeah, going up Hanley duck.
Up Hanley duck. Which anyone else that comes in and sees that coaster is like, what is going on?
Yeah, in English that roughly translates to "We're going to visit Hanley."
Yeah, we're going
friend.
to town. They don't. Yeah, it's one of them weird dialects. And I see there's words that I thought that were proper Stoke, like Nesh.
I'd never heard that until I moved to Stoke.
But the people in Derby understand it, and I'm like, oh, I thought that was a Stoke word, but you've obviously complicit.
I'd never heard it till I moved to Stoke,
which obviously means cold.
But to be fair, when I moved away from Manchester, that was when I say Manchester. I lived my entire life in Salford before I moved to Stoke.
Yeah.
Until I moved out of Salford, I never realised how horrific people from Salford speak.
I don't know if I'll be able to differentiate between those two accents and those two.
What, Salford and Manchester? Yeah, Manchester's just sounds bored, but like Salford just sounds like you're on the dole. Like it's just a proper horrible accent. Like some of the words you say as well, like no one pronounces any consonants.
That's true. Yeah.
Football, water.
I used to get taken the piss out of and making the T's in the middle like D's and like
yeah.
It's basically an apostrophe.
Yeah.
Water would be spelled WA''ER.
Yeah.
Water.
When I first moved down here, everyone at work used to ask me to say, I'm going to say it properly, I fell off my horse and hurt my head. Because they just pissed when you like go, I fell off an horse and hurt my head. Like, cause it's just, there's no like consonants. Everyone used to think it was, obviously it's just different, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just mad sounds.
And then they try and reclaim credibility calling the mates duck.
Duck, yeah, you're right. The Stoke one that gets me the worst is shug.
Shug, yeah, I don't like
Women
that.
call people shug.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Sugar.
Very patronising.
Sugar. It's one of them people don't like it. The most Derby one to me is oat.
Oat.
There's like everything, anything.
Out.
So, yeah.
That's out in Manchester.
Oat, out. You'd be like, what do you know? Oat and oat.
Out and out, yeah.
Don't know. What are you on about? Yeah, it's a weird. Here's a weird. I mean, there's women at work. I'm just like, that is the most Derby sounding thing I've ever heard. But I don't know. I don't think I sound much like it. But then when you hear your voice all the time on things like this, I've had people who I haven't spoken to in years. They're like, why do you sound like that now?
Yeah, I can't listen to it.
I've always sounded the same. No, you don't. You sound different now. Oh no, it's all kicking off. No, I don't think I sound any different. Apparently.
Well, I thought it was a bit of a wake up call for us, and since I've noticed it, I'm proper paranoid. Since when we got all the camera gear started doing this, I've started filming gigs with the band.
Yeah.
Watching them back. It is recording, isn't it?
Yeah, it is
I thought you were
recording.
just checking then.
I was just checking.
We've obviously started filming gigs and watching them back and like putting them online and that. Whenever I'm talking, when I'm with the band, I do not know what accent I'm doing. And it's not intentional.
It's not your actual...
That's not how I speak.
It's your phone voice.
You can watch that and then like play an episode of this after it. And it sounds like two completely different people. And ever since I've been paranoid of that, I've been like dead reserved and we've been gigging and like making sure I speak
Not
properly.
Not saying anything
Really cringy.
I think the only thing that I've noticed since I moved here is that, and doing this, is that I have to stop swearing as much.
Yeah.
I don't go anywhere apart from where if I'm training, because like it's a bit more respectful at training. Is that there's nowhere else that I'm curbed on my language.
Yeah.
If you work in a factory, there's going to be language.
Yeah.
I come home, there's language. You watch TV, language. Like,
yeah.
There's no censorship, which is amazing. But then when you go to your mum and dad's house for Sunday dinner,
Yeah, it's hard, isn't
there
it?
probably should be some censorship.
Yeah.
Although they're kind of over it, they're aware now.
Yeah, to be fair, I've noticed that as well. Like, obviously, since I moved away, like, well, it sounds like I've gone abroad or something. But
Since I moved
2
hours.
an hour and a half down the road, and I'm not seeing like my mum every day and that. Obviously, I've not been censoring myself as much.
Yeah.
And then like the amount of times you have to stop yourself, or the amount of times I've slipped up. I don't think I'd sworn in front of my mum till I was 25. Like, it's mad how used to it you get quickly.
See, my mum was always cussing at me for doing, because I'm always like doing like League of Gentlemen, stupid voices and weird stuff, and like she's got a weird sense of humour, so I'm always trying to make her laugh with stupid, more than often than not inappropriate stuff.
Yeah,
acting in ways that I shouldn't act and saying things I shouldn't say, like when waiters are coming over for dinner and stuff like that. You'd be like,
well, I think
just used to it.
With us, like we grew up living next door to my grandparents, and we had like the 2 houses shared a garden. Like, it was pretty cool. Like the
That's
setup that we
northern.
had. And we lived next door to my nana and granddad. So obviously, whenever I was at home, my nana and granddad would be around.
Yeah.
So you don't swear in front of your grandparents. So I just obviously got used to never like just curbing it all the time when you're at home.
Yeah.
And then like you got to go back and see him now, and I've got like pausing before I speak, making sure I don't say anything I shouldn't.
You have to make sure that you're winding it in.
Oh, when they add you on Facebook as well, that's a game changer.
Mine aren't on it.
But mine and they've got a joint account. Cyril and Sylvia, Facebook. They love it. I say that it's not a joint account. It's my nana, and she's just put my granddad on it because my granddad's got loads of friends and he's not on Facebook, so they had it.
Yeah.
But oh yeah, and the amount of time she's absolutely ruined me as well in front of my friends. Like,
what for stuff that like statuses and stuff?
No, like I'll put something on, and then like I shared a video with my band that was doing quite well. It had like a couple of thousand views. It was being shared about in some of the groups and that. But obviously on Facebook now, if you're watching it on a phone and you click the video, it takes you to the original post, and you can see the original comments. I mean, I just comments on them all. It's like we've got all this, like we've got this like in this like proper aggressive punk band, and she's all there like, "Here's my little quiet grandson."
Oh dear.
I remember when you used to cry saying you had no friends. Look how well you're doing now. And I'm like, "Wow, what's this? Where's this come from?"
You got that to deal with.
Absolutely ruins us.
I don't know if I can deal with the. I can't get over the joint account.
I think it's acceptable.
Ruin one of the women at work for having a joint
I
account.
think it's acceptable if you're 80 years old and you're new to it all, and you've got like a shared iPad, and I get that. But I think if you're younger than 70, it's inexcusable.
It's weird.
Like, there's people my age that do it.
Yeah.
Like I've got people who, I've got friends when they've got with a missus.
Yeah.
And then, their Facebook gets closed, hers gets closed, and they open this joint one.
A new one.
The reason for that is so she can see who's he's messaging, and there's no trust there. Surely that's the only reason you would do it.
Yeah, especially if it's a new one. Then you can
Both
choose which
both
friends.
close their old one down. They open this joint one.
I don't understand it.
And then they split up, and then they get deleted. That one gets deleted, and he gets his old one back. Like, I don't get it.
You reactivate.
Don't get it. Well, yeah, reactivate. You don't even delete them now, do you? I'm having a biscuit on
here.
here. This could be a disaster.
Oh, go on, let's see it. That's all right. It's not so bad. We're treating ourselves, eating on camera. It'd be bad enough that we're slurping coffee through this mustache. I'm growing my mustache out. I know we can't see it very well.
It's coming on a treat, that.
I'm growing my mustache out, and it's been maybe 2 weeks since I've been to the barber's for a trim, so it's really coming in, and it is dead long, and I'm losing half the brew.
Keep it going.
I'm losing half the brew.
Yeah, you'll get used to that, though. Just get a bigger cup.
Yeah, but then,
I proper regret getting rid of mine. You've got to keep it going until mine's back.
because what would normally happen is I grow my beard out massive. I'd have it down here, and I worry that I look fat, so I'd trim the sides, which means it looks super long. And then I'd quiff my hair. So my hair's up here, my beard's down here. Look, I've got a massive head. So my beard's like this. I'd trim it down, and then the mustache would be trimmed like quite neat around the lip. And I'd always be scared it looked too square. So then when I went to the barbers, I was like, I want to cut it up. And he took like 2 inches off the beard. He went proper short. I was like, I want to look round faced. I don't want to look long faced. So he cut it all round like that. And he's like, what do you want me to do with the tash? But it was still massive. I was like, leave it. Leave the tash.
Yeah, don't touch it. Just leave it for 12 months.
Cut to 24 hours previously. Charles looking at me like that. When you go tomorrow, you tell him to cut that mustache. 24 hours later. Do you want me to take any off the stash? Nope. None. Dude, yeah. Add some if you can. If anything. Put some more on there. He didn't touch it. But it looked better because my beard was short. Yeah. And then this was growing out. But now it's getting to the point where I'm losing it.
No, keep it.
I'm losing. I've got short hair, I've got a short beard, I've got a long moustache. Never saw this coming. I never saw it coming. Life's just throwing me some curveballs and what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing to look like this.
I think I'm having a bit of a midlife crisis. I never realised, I didn't realise until like this week, but I've been like growing my hair out. It's obviously tied back now. I turned 30 this year, and I think I'm just trying to do anything I can to cling on to being like hip and in my 20s. I always think it looks a bit creepy when you see someone who's old and they've still got long hair.
I liked it. I look back, I saw a picture of me today when I had long hair, and it was like down to shoulders, and I'd have it slit. I look like a redneck. Yeah. Especially because the way I dressed, and it's like just, I've got a shirt on and jeans and boots. It's just proper hillbilly.
I like that. I think you can get away with it if you can get away with like that look if you live in Alabama.
Yeah.
But if you live in a quite nice reserved part of Derby.
If you live in a part of Derby, yeah, but I was still getting on the motorcycle and riding about. I do feel quite tame though.
But that's the issue with me. I have to wear a suit for work. Like you can't have a proper rock and roll hairdo then rock up to work in a 3-piece suit, getting out your Corsa or your briefcase. Like
you don't see it coming though.
No,
I wish I could tell myself, because I called it my midlife crisis still, even though it happened when I was 27, because I was like, I didn't think I was going to make it to 30. I was like, this is it. So I was like, midlife crisis was 27, and I was like recently single, and it was the best day. It was like, I hadn't been single since I was like 21, so I'd had like quite a while, like in my early 20s and mid 20s where I was taken, so I had to be very civilized and buying houses. So I was newly single, but with the information and experience of someone that was a bit older. It was the best time. And I was just like, this is who you are. You don't find it out till way later.
Yeah.
I wish I could tell myself that and go back in time and be like, you know how you pick in this music degree and then a teaching degree after it? You're going to work in a factory, mate. You're going to be making T-shirts in a factory and you're going to be loving it and you're going to laugh till you cry nearly every day. But you're going to be on no money. So get your stash out earlier and keep that music career going. That's what I tell myself from like 5 years ago. Because it's just 30. I'm going to be 32 soon, and I don't feel like a 32-year-old. I feel like my parents at 32 was a different species.
Yeah,
they don't even like the economy. They don't understand. My parents don't understand any of it because they were 18. Kind of I think they bought their first house before I was born. With like unskilled labour.
That's what I think about when my mum was 32. She would have had a 6-year-old.
Yeah, my mum. My mum had me when she was 23, so she would 32. She would have had like a 9-year-old, 8-year-old.
That's mental, isn't it?
Yeah, and a 6-year-old. She had 2 kids.
I can't even keep a houseplant alive.
No. Oh, ours aren't real.
Ours aren't. All them ones in the background of last week's episode are off Amazon plastic.
There you go. There's an example. That's Bertram. The plant.
Resin.
Not real. I can't be trusted. But that's what I tell myself when I was younger. I'm sure I had dreadlocks at the time too, so it was different.
Oh, I went through that phase. I had dreads. I didn't last as long as you did though. I think I had them about 18 months.
Yeah, everyone does it.
And then they just absolutely stank. Like they were horrible.
Were you not washing them?
Yeah, I was, but I smoked, didn't I? So they just used to stink of cigs all the time. They were awful.
That's one of the things everyone would be like, yeah, because you don't wash your hair, do you? I was like, no, I wash it all the time.
Yeah, you have to. If you don't wash your hair, they fall out. Your hair gets greasy and they fall out.
Yeah. That was a big one because everyone would slate you for that. Oh, you're dirty. You feel I'm not dirty. I'm not like.
Everyone used to try and buy drugs off me. You go to a gig, you're
openly
at a show, people just obviously trying to solicit drugs. Like, no, I'm here with my mum. What are you doing?
It was one of my favourite things I ever got called was that someone said I looked like a substitute geography teacher when I was a music teacher because I had like a shirt and a waistcoat mismatched to the trousers, long dreadlocks and a satchel, and I was skateboarding to work as a teacher, and they were like, "You look like a substitute geography teacher, like with the patches."
I'd take that.
Best thing. That's the best thing I've ever been called. Best thing I've ever been called. Best thing I've ever been called. I love it, but. None of that style anymore. Working in a factory. Little praying mantis. What else have I seen in the work? Oh, I saw the best reg plate I've ever seen.
Go on.
A white Corsa. I'm sure it was a white Corsa. There's a car parked outside the place near to my work, and it's a children's like play area.
Yeah.
Like an independent children's. You go there and there's a ball pit.
Where's this going?
The reg plate. Slut J.
That's quite good.
That's quite good. Wow, I was like, that would be good if this was like a brothel, but this is a children's play area. And my one of the directors ran. He was like, "Do you have to see this plate? Come on, stop what you're doing. Stop work. Come and see this plate." We ran out. We were like, "Oh my god." We were like, "Whose is it?" He's like, "I don't know. I'm going next door. Let's go and find out." And he went in and he was like speaking to him, like, "Do you know whose it is?" And they were like, "We don't know. We're trying to figure it out." The women there had seen it. And they were like, "We're waiting to see who goes out to it." And we found out, and it was the exact opposite of what you think it is. It was a woman that, if she is that by trade, it's only on the phone. She's one of them mucky phone line ones. She's probably on the phone there at the thing, like, "Yeah, shh, Mum's trying to work." "What are you wearing?"
Oh, no.
Oh,
Mum's trying to work. Oh, no.
It was rough. It was rough. But I was like, wow, that is ballsy. That is ballsy.
It might just be like a factory one and she's just been had off with it.
There's no way. There's no way. She paid money for that. And that isn't the title you give yourself, is it?
That's a nickname from school.
Yeah. Yeah, that was, oh man. That play had me howling. Just the fact that one of the directors stopped me from working. She's like, "Come look at this. Look at this car."
Well, we were talking in work the other day actually about like nicknames.
To talk about work.
I can't talk about work. I've had a slap on the wrist for that. I can talk about conversations and stuff though. Oh, in fact, it wasn't at work. Let's just change it.
Yeah, it was at the pub.
It was at the pub, and we were talking about like people we know who've still get called by the nicknames from school.
Yeah.
And this lad I know said, "Yeah," he said, "I've got a mate called Steve." He said he's not called Steve though, he's really called Michael. But when we was in school, there was 3 Michaels in our friend group.
Right.
We had Michael, shit Michael, and then Steve because we didn't want to have 3 Mikes. It was too confusing, so we just called him Steve. He said we fell out with shit Michael before the end of school. Original Michael now lives in America and has done since like 93.
Oh, so not even local.
But Steve still called Steve by everyone.
It's just Steve forever.
He's just stuck. Well, that's dedication, that.
I like that. I like the names that've got nothing to do with anything.
Yeah.
I love it when they're just completely random.
I like the proper snide ones as well, though, like where we were at school, a lad that was called Bucket for about 10 years because he kicked a bucket once when he was walking down the corridor and it scared him, the noise. And everyone just went, Bucket. And then that's it, he gets called Bucket. He's still called Bucket. He's still called Bucket. Like now, we finished school like 17 years ago.
Yeah. There's a lad at training who isn't called that anymore, but was called that for the first maybe year he trained. Because he was a little bit bigger. He's skinny as out now, but he was then. He was a bit bigger. They just called him Pooch. Just British nicknames are savage.
They are. They really
savage. It's unreal. Yeah, we haven't worked. There's like one of the women at work. We just call her the box troll. Because she's at the end of our baker. There's a box that the clothes fall into. She has to get the clothes out of. Just call her the box troll. You're just like, what are you going to do with that? She looks a bit like, do you remember Granny's Garden?
No, I don't know. I've never even heard of it.
Oh my god! Did you ever have them computers at school that were BBC computers with the crap
Yeah,
teletext graphics?
Yeah.
One of the most famous games for that was called Granny's Garden. And it was like a kid's puzzle game. You had to like.
Do you have to type in your answers?
Yes.
Like pick up the honey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you've
I do remember that,
you've probably played it. I think
remember
every
that.
kid of our age has played it. And if you got caught by Granny, the witch, she would come up on the screen like the side of the witch, like dead scary, like dude. I don't know if there's, in my head there's sound, but I don't know if there is even sound to it. It's that old. And the side of the witch, like the profile of the face looks like her.
Oh, that's harsh. That's proper
Granny's
harsh.
Garden.
It's mad how stuff like that from when you were a kid though proper impacts your life as an adult.
Scared the hell out of me. And as soon as I called her it, from seeing it, I was like, wow, that looks like Granny's Garden. Lee, who was like 10 years older than me, he had the same thing at school. He was like, he hadn't heard it since school. So he just got regressed 30 years back. He was like, what? I was like, yeah, remember Granny's Garden? Look at that Granny's Garden. Shut up, talking about that.
Oh, that's harsh, that.
Oh, you know what's even more harsh than that? Is that we keep doing these jobs and we do so many of these jobs, this one client. And every job goes through her. She has to fold and bag all these jobs.
Yeah,
That's her job, is to do this. So every time one comes up, she'll come and ask if it's a new print or a reprint. So obviously we've done it before. It's a reprint.
Yeah.
It'll be one that we did yesterday. And she'll be like, this new one or reprint. I'm like, what do you think? And she'll give it, and it's 50-50. It's 50-50. And it's not even 50-50, it's less than that because she was here yesterday.
She's bagged 300 of them the day before.
Yeah. So what's happened is I've got a chart on the wall and I've made a big coin out of plastic lid with reprint on one side and new print on the other side. And we ask her whatever she gets right or wrong. And then we flip the coin and we're seeing which one is more accurate. We're like, well, if we keep the coin, we're keeping the coin. We're sacking you off and we're having the coin. This bit of plastic is better at remembering the jobs than you, and you were here.
That's good. I like that.
I'm unruly harsh. It's just, what else am I going to do? What else am I going to do?
You've got to entertain yourself.
Yeah. But it just made me laugh how she'd be like, this is a new one, isn't it? I'm like, did it yesterday. We're just topping it up from yesterday. It'd be like one we did it at 4:30 when we left work. We're just topping it in the last few at like 8 the next morning. It hasn't even been 12 hours. She'd be like, new one, yeah? Like, no. So that's Granny's Garden. So on the thing, it says coin, and whether it gets it right or wrong.
Yeah.
And garden, whether it gets it right or wrong. So it's slightly...
Well, have you told her she looks like the witch?
No, she doesn't know. So she doesn't even know this exists. She just thinks we're flipping a coin.
Oh, I like that.
Well, it's a part of the... It's something you can't explain to people who've never been... Because in anywhere else, in any other job, the first sentence that we would say, you'd be in HR.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a different world,
this
isn't it?
guy said this.
Yeah, it's
and
a
you'd be
different
like, you
world.
can't say that. Even our directors are like that. They'll be like, they'll say to them, you go, you're like, wow, you can say that. It's just wild. So you can't explain it to people who've never worked there. You'd be like, I can say anything at work.
Yeah. See, I really do miss that. Like, I've had jobs in the past that are like that, and it is genuinely like you said before, you're just laughing all day when you're in work, aren't you? Mm-hmm. But like now, the job I'm in, it's very corporate, very
very, very
suited and booted. You've all got to be prim and proper, PC all the time. And it's a challenge. I just getting through the day. But then, because I'm like sort of middle management now as well, like there's loads of like group chats and things from work, and I'm always like, can I get involved with this or not?
Yeah.
It's dead awkward.
I'm sure we're allowed to say the C word, so I'm going to save it for this episode. But this is how our work is, right? The last Friday before Christmas, they always threaten that we can go early.
Never happens.
Our directors, for us, as funny as they are, their arses are tighter than snare drums. Nothing's coming out of that. Free nothing. No half an hour or anything.
Yeah.
But it got to the last half an hour, and they were bored. They were like, right, half an hour, we'll go to the pub. And Granny's Garden said, but I've told my daughter to pick me up from work in half an hour. And he went, well, tell her to pick you up from the pub instead.
It's
Call
not,
now.
it's not
I'm
hard.
offering to take you out for drinks for half an hour. Well, it doesn't have to be for half an hour. We're going to finish half an hour early.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to go to the pub. There's just a pub around the corner. It's like half a mile away. We'll all drive there. We'll finish and we'll all go and have the last little drink before Christmas. Merry Christmas, and then we'll go and do whatever. She was like, well, no, I can't do that. I've told her to come here. And he just went, oh, for God's sake, you moaning cunt. And was like, you're moaning if you're here, you're moaning when we're going. We're going. He says, you can either come with us to the pub or you can stay here, but you're not going home. And it was like, it's like you just called her an M&C to her face, like in her face, like, oh, you. Like, here we go.
I like that.
He's like, you can say what? It's lawless. It's lawless, the things you can say. It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
I'd be out. If I said something like that at work, I'd be out.
Yeah.
I'd be given a box, clear your draw.
As soon as you took that tone, it didn't matter what you say. It's like, oh, for God. You could say that. And they'd be like, what are you talking about? What's this insubordinating tone I'm hearing from you? They'd be like, none of that. You just... I came out of the toilet today. I was coming out and I was just drying my hands. And he went, you wash your hands? I went, yeah. He goes, I hope you're shaving that beard off because that coronavirus is coming. I think that's going to make a difference.
We had an email sent around work.
Oh,
It's like, coronavirus is serious.
Pandemic.
If you think you've got it, you need to be off for 14 days. We don't want any risks. Someone's let slip that you get paid if you're off. And then today, like I've been like staffing, so you answer the phone when people are phoning in sick. Today we have just had non-stop. I think about coronavirus. I was like, after the 14-day paid quarantine. My mum went to Australia and stopped over in Singapore, and it's near China, so there's been a case confirmed in Singapore, so I might have it. I've got a bit of a tickly throat. I'm going to stay at home for 14 days, just be on the safe side.
It's weird how it spread. I wasn't really paying attention to the start of it. I was like, 6 people in China have got this new virus. What's that? But now there's there's a kid in Derby.
Well, we've just had 2 confirmed in Trentham near Stoke.
Yeah.
And then, like, I've got loads of friends that who work for like big companies like this, and I think I don't know if it's something they have to do, but everybody said, we've had an email around saying like you've got to take it seriously. If you've got flu-like symptoms, you're not coming in and all that.
Yeah, we haven't had any of that.
Me granddad's in hospital at the moment, and when I've been going to visit him, there's signs everywhere. Like if you have any signs of a cold or flu, you're not coming in.
It's craziness because we've had nothing at work, but that one from Derby has been today. But the one that was yesterday, they were saying it was like they can't even trace it back to China. They're like, it's gone from like that to that to that to that. So they're like, this person hasn't even been anywhere near Asia, and they've got it. Yeah. So they've got it off someone who didn't know they had it and come to some. That's
it's mad, isn't it? It's mad.
It's crazy how it's.
But is it as bad as everyone's making out? Because it's fair enough, it's spreading, but like a common cold spreads. Yeah. It's like swine flu again. Remember when swine flu was going around and everyone's if you get swine flu, you're dead. That's it. Pretty much everybody I know got swine flu. And one guy's nickname is now Swine Flu because he was the first of our group to get it. He's still called Swine Flu. Now that was about 2005.
Swine Flu, what a name. No, we haven't had anything at work about it, but I know the first one in Derby was today, and we're like, oh God, here we go.
Yeah, that's not ideal, that.
Because I was like, there could be a link, because one of the guys that runs the sister school, or a bigger school that we've got in Nottingham at Jiu-Jitsu, he was stranded in Tenerife because of the sandstorms. But then there was a hotel in Tenerife where they were like, they've got it. And I don't think, how many resorts are there in Tenerife? Not that many. There's got to be
I've never been, I don't know.
It's only a small island. So you're like, well, that could be on its way here. And these people obviously don't know they've got it.
Yeah.
And just out they go.
It's just something enough. Give it 6 months and there'll be something else on the cards. It was bird flu, then it was swine flu. Do you remember SARS? That was the first one, wasn't it?
That was the first one.
That was the first one.
When I was younger, foot and mouth was the big one. That was crazy because we all grew up in a farmland.
Yeah, yeah.
So every time you went to walk the dog, you had to wash your feet off with the swill, and it was weird.
Mad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's bizarre, man. I wasn't paying attention, but now
absolutely rubbish at containing anything like that as well, aren't we?
Everyone's like, I've got to go. Yeah, I don't even get sick pay. I don't get any sick pay. I get whatever statutory you get from the government, £90 a week. I don't get anything. Yeah,
we get statutory, but we get 5 days. I think if you've been there so long, I think you get so many days. It might even be 5. I'm not sure.
Self-certified,
but you get so many days a year. But I think it's depending on how long you've been there. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not one for phoning in sick, so I've never actually.
No, yeah, same.
Never used it, but we get a little bit. But after that, you're on your arse. You can't live on £90 a week.
No, there's no way. If they said to me, right, you've got to have 2 weeks off work now, I couldn't deal with that 2 weeks of wages.
If I had something serious and I had to have like a month off work, sick pay
yeah.
wouldn't cover my rent, let alone anything else.
Yeah, I know.
Would not
It's rough,
cover my
innit?
rent.
I think about that sometimes. I'm like, I could break my arm at training and wouldn't be able to work.
You'd be homeless.
Yeah.
It's mad, isn't it? It's mad. You'd just be out on the street, destitute.
We didn't think the future was going to be like this. Where the fuck are the floating cars at?
It's probably scary. It's really scary. I remember I had one of my old jobs actually. It was a similar sort of setup to you, like like a small, successful business, but run by like a small independent partnership kind of thing. And I had I just had really, really bad stomach flu, like gastroenteritis.
Yeah.
And it was for about a week. And I literally I couldn't leave. There was a day where I ran out of toilet paper and I just sat in the bath because I didn't trust myself to get to the corner shop. And I was that bad. And my boss gave me the time off work, but we didn't get sick pay. So what he did was made me wage up, but then said you owe me that back in overtime.
Right.
So he paid me a full wage to get me through the rough parts when I was off for a week. But then I owed him. Well, I pretty much owed him 40 hours overtime unpaid.
One hour a week for nearly a year.
No. He cashed it all in over a 2-week period where I was working like 15-hour shifts. Horrendous.
Terrible.
But that small businesses like that, at least I didn't lose my house or anything. Didn't have to sell my car or all that.
Yeah, that's the benefit.
Yeah, but working for like a big company, they can't do that with everyone.
It's faceless, isn't it?
Yeah,
they've got to be across the border. But I don't call in. I've never really had days off sick. The worst one that I had was when I was a teacher. I had norovirus.
Yeah,
and I was there. I was teaching from my first class was 9 a.m. till 11, and in that 2-hour period, I've been to the toilet 16 times. I was like, I couldn't. I couldn't. I was like, look, and they were like, I was sweating.
Yeah,
they're like, you've got to go home. You're not allowed.
You have to get
here.
paid for that, though, don't you?
And I was like,
they send you
I've got to go then. That was the diciest car ride. I had to walk a mile to get the car, which was dicey. I had to basically sprint from finishing on the toilet, sprint to the car, get in the car, 6-mile drive home, which was the scariest.
That's rough.
Arse clenchingly, I'm not going to make it. Abandon the car on the drive, our door open, engine running, back on the toilet again.
I'm going to edit this out the video, but on that time I was talking about, I'd come in work. I'd had like 5 days off, and I thought I'm going to have to go back in because I didn't know he was going to sort us out my wage at that point. So I forced myself to go in work and shit myself in the car park before I went in. I had to ring my boss. I was like, "Can you just come to the car? I need to speak to you." And he
smell me.
He come out, but it was before I was driving. So the wife was sat next to us, just absolutely appalled. And he had to explain what I'd done. I was like, I need to go home. I can't come in.
I thought I was going to come back, and I can't come back.
Oh, it was horrendous. I didn't think I was ever going to go back. I thought, I can't show my face there again. Oh,
there's something that dark about that.
Absolutely.
You can't shit yourself as
horrible. I remember I had to sit. I think that John would like this. He had to sit on some sandwich bags.
Oh God!
In the car,
just John's phone case.
Oh, horrible.
That's a waste.
That's being edited out of the video. That long.
Oh no, you got to leave that in. You got any pictures?
Absolutely not. Horrible. Absolutely horrible.
It's rough. But no, we're all getting it. We're all getting it. COVID-19. We're having it.
Is that what they're calling it?
That's what it's called.
I've been trying not to read about it. It just annoys me.
I can't believe that people get sick and still go wherever they're going. I understand it.
Yeah.
But for the good of humankind, God damn, isn't this how the apocalypse starts?
We're absolutely rubbish at containing anything.
We're crap.
Rubbish.
We're crap. I don't know. The future of this species is not bright, is it?
Not at all.
On the radio, the back-to-back stories on the radio today was like, we're going to try and expand Heathrow to have a third runway. So where now it's Brexit, now that's happening. We're going to need a better hub so that we can get all the goods that we need in. Because we're not going to be training through Europe anymore. We're going to be this new, independent, amazing country. And then the next news was, can't keep ourselves to ourselves. We're all going to die. And you're like, we're not made to last.
We're not. Well, we're really not.
We're shit.
We're really not.
I got freaked out because I wasn't sleeping very well last night. It got to 3 a.m. I was like, I need to use the toilet. So I was like, right, get my phone out. I'm just going to do a bit of reading, a bit of Googling, a bit of this. And I'm watching a video from Joe Rogan where an orangutan is eating a melon and he's like putting his finger in the top and peeling the melon like an orange. Like how strong and that freaked me out. It's like 3 a.m. So on the toilet with me catch around my ankles. It's like, you're not gonna last. It was a weird thought. I'm like, this orangutan's peeling a melon.
Peeling a melon.
Like, we can't like you. If I just gave you an orange now, you'd be like, I can't even get into it.
I know, yeah. It's a struggle, isn't it?
A watermelon. I was like, oof, like a can of beer. I was like, wow. That's an animal. That's an animal. And then we're like, yeah, we can't even lie in bed for 2 weeks.
We can't even wash our hands to stop getting a disease.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
That was all that Lee was shouting over to John. John was like, you're not going to make it, are you?
Oh, you shouldn't joke about that. He's old as well. He's at risk.
He is old. He is at risk. He's old. He's at risk. He's gonna live forever. John will live forever in stories, let alone anything else. He's my favourite person.
I still need to meet him.
Well, if you have new merch made up, we'll.
We say this. This is how we sign off every episode talking about this. But
talk about John. This should just be the John episode. Just like every episode should just be.
We need to do a highlight reel. It's just his best stories.
Yeah, the best of John. That's what we could do.
His mastermind thieving was the best from Tesco.
If I showed him that, he would be mortified.
Really?
Yeah, because he's so insular and hermit and misanthrope. He just hates all people. It's not even like an
makes me like him even more.
He's just so. He's not even. I wouldn't even. If that's what humans are, then the people you see about, he's not that same creature. He's something else. As is everyone else that comes into our factory. I'll profile them. We'll do an episode where we just profile
for each one.
Come in. Yeah, so if you do more merch, we'll do that.
Sound. I'm after that.
What was I going to say? I was going to say something about merch there. I don't even know if I'm allowed to talk about it. I'll talk about it, and we'll see if it comes out.
All right.
We'll see if it comes out. But I do them drawings that I was doing on. That's what I was going. The drawings that I do on like Instagram. I drew one like the end of last year that was Kalila Kuhn from Tiger Belly Podcast.
Yeah, I'm aware.
So I drew her, and she's now got it as her Instagram profile picture. And she obviously liked it. And that was like I was like trying to practice female hair, so that was cool that she liked it. I ended up drawing one of Bobby Lee, who's like the guy that's on Tiger Belly, with like he cut his hair into a mullet.
Yeah.
I drew that and put it on, and I got a weird message out of the blue on Instagram saying, "We like this picture you've done. We want to put it in the new Tiger Belly merch rotation."
All right.
And then I was like, "Someone's taking the piss. Can we have your PayPal and your email and this kind of thing?" And I was like, "Well, I'll give you my PayPal link. I won't give you like anything else."
Yeah.
And then this email comes out like 30 seconds later. It's like, there'll be an email coming to you shortly. And then this email comes like, it's like a full, proper like release form with the money and everything on it. And I was like, oh, that's pretty good. Like it was.
You gone for it then? Yeah,
it's like an hour's like drawing. And I sold it for like 5 times what my hourly rate was. It's not a lot, but it's enough. I was just doing it for fun.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, can I get a version of whatever it is you put it onto? And he was like, yeah, we'll give you like a Shopify voucher and you can do whatever. So I don't know what it's going on to.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not allowed to print or make anything from it.
Yeah. But they've bought the rights.
Yeah, they've bought the rights to this.
Oh, that's decent.
I was like, whoa. So I was like, oh, that's like almost like proper artist.
Yeah.
I could write that on like, you are now published.
That's decent. I like that.
So I don't know what it's going on to. I have to keep everyone updated with what that's going on to. But yeah, I'm not allowed to print it or make anything of it. But it's just like it's just a drawing of an Asian man with a mullet. It's paid for a little bit, so yeah, that was what I was talking about when you said merch. Then I was like, oh, merch, and it reminded me.
Oh, decent.
Yeah,
if it's quality, if you got the order from at your place.
Oh yeah, can you imagine that comes through? Like, yeah, I know we're in California, we make this podcast, but we want them printed in Derby. We
want John to print them.
We want John. It's 10,000, and we want John to print them. Yeah, I don't know what they're going on to, but yeah, it could be t-shirts, could be stickers, hats. I have no idea what they're going to put them onto. But they requested like a JPEG and like the PSD file, and they own it now. And I was like, cool.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
I'll take that. It's a good note to sign off on, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Good news for once.
Good news for once. But yeah, you can get us Lucky Star Radio on the fourth Friday of every month at 5 p.m. GMT, 12 p.m. Eastern, and what would that be, 9 a.m. Pacific. I always forget how the time zones works. We've got another one coming up soon, haven't we? Time change. We always do it first. That's on Lucky Star Radio. What else have we got? YouTube.
We're on YouTube.
We're on YouTube, but you can get to that page through our
Facebook.
Instagram and our Facebook.
And Instagram, yeah. We didn't join Twitter like we said we would.
Yeah, we didn't join Twitter yet.
To be fair, we shit at Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
We up our game on that. Then we'll look at Twitter.
Yeah, so it's at No Frills Podcast.
Yeah.
At No Frills Podcast on Instagram and Facebook.com/
No Frills Podcast.
No Frills Podcast. If you're watching this on YouTube, then I guess you can leave a like and subscribe or do all that other stuff at the bottom. If you listen on Lucky Star Radio, we like having you here. So, all good.
Sorted.
See you later.